Hello, and welcome to One Question Interview. Today we have Anika, the leader and founder of Valhalla Band. You're based in Boston, Berkeley. You guys play like classic rock and J-pop, your cover band. It's this sort of mix of things. And I want to know, how do you guys pick your set list? How do you choose what to cover? And like, how do you want to arrange songs for a set list for a show? What is the process for you guys doing that?
So Gavin, the way that Valhalla got together was because I finished taking classes and I was doing my own thing. I was getting jobs teaching ensemble, teaching kids, and I wasn't very happy with that. I was still working with some other people, but I was thinking how much fun I had with my senior recital, and it was really cool that I got to choose songs I always wanted to play. Like, for example, say Satch Boogie by Joe Satriani, For the Love of God by Steve Vai, Crying Machine by Steve Vai. You may know I really like Steve Vai and Satriani. Top 2, Vai is top 1. So with Valhalla, I was I want to be able to lead again and to be able to choose the set list. So some of the people who are in Valhalla are the ones who are in my senior recital. Not all of them. Victoria, singer, and Chris, drummer, were part of my senior recital lineup, but June, bassist, and Christopher, also known as Casio on the keys, they're the newest members. Well, Casio is the newest at this point. But the way I would choose a set list was, first we would rely on the songs from the senior recital, as we already had an idea of how those went, but there are some other songs, like for example the J-pop and J-rock that I got into when I was back in early 2021. So I started adding those, and it's really cool because all of them are familiar with that type of music and they enjoy it. Like, Victoria and I became friends we met through a class because I was working for that class, and she was showing up and being like, hey, I want to do this Demon Slayer song, and I was like, maybe I should work with her. That's how she joined Anime Band, and after that we started playing songs like Silhouette, that's a song by Kanabun, J-pop and J-rock band that's still always part of our sets because I really, really like that song. So when it comes to choosing the set list, I would question myself, what do I want to play? What do I feel like playing? If it's more on the classic rock side or the J-pop or J-rock. So I would say that my bandmates are more into the J-pop and J-rock, but I grew up as a rock player, so sometimes I'm like, yo, let's just do Led Zeppelin, let's do Van Halen, and they're like, okay, cool, and they also have a good time with it. So, but I would say I am the leader, as you already mentioned, but also I would say I'm democratic, because I care for them to have fun, to have a good time learning the repertoire and having fun performing live. So sometimes I'm like, hey, but what do you think of this? What do you think of the other? I remember during the winter break that June and I were hanging out, and I was like, let's brainstorm some stuff, and we wrote 40 songs, and of course we're not doing all of that right now. Are we doing any from that set? Probably not, but we still want to do some of them, because we were talking about the classic rock ones. But yeah, I would say when it comes to choosing the repertoire, do we do arrangements? Let me think. Sometimes, if we're going back to my senior recital, I made this little arrangement of Dynamite by BTS, so you can tell that there's a lot going on in Valhalla. But yeah, when it comes to us choosing the repertoire, it's mostly... Oh, also keeping in mind the crowd. If we're at Anime Boston, we cannot be playing the hard rock part. It was some game music and J-pop and J-rock from the all-time favorite animes. But if we're playing, for example, at the Burren, that time we did some Poison, some Van Halen, even Paramore. So yeah, there's that. So there's a lot behind choosing a set list, but I also care for them to have their opinions. So yeah, that's how it works.
Awesome. Once again, Anika.